So there are generally four types of communication styles: passive, aggressive, and assertive. Now, I'm generally a pretty passive person, but my communication style escalates the more that I'm bullied. I'll give an example of a scenario I faced at work once. A colleague of mine was facilitating a group session and made me the head of our table without consulting me. I was pretty low energy and I didn't want to do it. I asked the others in my group to take over and they said no. An awkward silence fell, which I couldn't stand, and I reluctantly just took charge. The group work proceeded and the facilitator asked me which question I would like to start with, A, B, or C. I said let's start with A. Someone else argued about going with C first and said sure, that sounds good, let's do C. I wasn't trying to prevent an argument, I just really didn't care, and since this other person seemed to care and seemed to have thought it through, I'd thought I'd go with what they wanted, which is pretty passive. The facilitator immediately turned on me and accused me jokingly of being fickle, and then told me in front of everyone that I needed to learn how to make decisions. I tried to explain my reasoning, but was talked over and dismissed. Now, usually I can handle this person in a one-on-one, but she was using the group as a safety net to bully me. I was already in a bad space, so I got defensive and angry and immediately said in a joking way, A, C, whatever, I don't care, let's split the difference and just go with B. This person then thought that they were mentoring me or something and tried to force me to make a decision in front of everyone and told me I need to be more confident, to which I sarcastically replied, thanks for pointing that out, I'm cured now. If you don't like my decisions, then maybe don't ask me next time. So that's like 4 seasons in a day, and I felt so unsettled afterwards. It still sits in my body that I was unable to express myself. I had this conversation with myself afterwards. Why didn't you just say no immediately since you didn't want to do it? And I answered, I knew she was going to push back and bully me, and I dislike challenging people in front of others, so I just accepted it. Then I asked myself, why didn't I try harder to get somebody else from my group to take over? Why did I respect their no's and they didn't respect mine? And I realized that I gave in quicker to make things easier for everyone else. Passive. But even though I think passively, I still need to communicate assertively, especially when I'm being bullied, or else I put myself into a situation where I can become aggressive and make things far worse for myself. So I thought out a strategy about what to do for next time. So that awkward silence, there's that power vacuum when no one else wants to step forward, and I do so reluctantly. Embrace that silence. Next time they push, I need to say, I already said no, but I feel like you're not hearing me. Simple, powerful. I don't use this often, but it works every time I do. And next time you want to change your mind, you don't need to explain your reasons. Over-explaining is a result of a childhood where you were often unheard or often not believed. So I need to make peace with the possibility of being misunderstood and just say, I changed my mind. And if I get pushed back to resort back to the usual statement, I already said C, but I feel like you're not hearing me. So that's what I do, and I hope that this has been helpful for somebody else.